The alarming reality of contemporary political conversations is the uncritical use of serious historical labels. Individuals often invoke terms like Nazi or fascist to characterize those whose viewpoints diverge from their own, frequently without a clear understanding of what these terms truly mean. It is essential to recognize that these labels are not merely partisan jabs but carry significant historical weight and implications. A study conducted by the Pew Research Center revealed that a considerable proportion of Americans struggle to accurately define key political terms, including fascism. When someone is labeled a Nazi for supporting conservative ideologies, it indicates a profound misunderstanding of fascism's core characteristics, which include authoritarianism, state control of society, and the suppression of dissent. This oversimplification transforms complex ideological debates into binary conflicts categorized by extreme labels unworthy of the substantive discussions they actually invite. Such misuse can lead to an erosion of legitimate political discourse. For example, if one person declares another a Nazi simply because of their conservative beliefs, the dialogue is effectively stifled. It reduces the complexity of differing views to a pejorative label, stripping the conversation of nuance and stifling the potential for understanding. It is akin to hastily branding anyone with whom one disagrees as Hitler, failing to grasp the gravity of the historical context that those terms encompass. This habit of indiscriminately applying labels not only discredits the individual being labeled but also diminishes the speaker's ability to engage in informed and meaningful discussions. The shortcomings of the public education system play a pivotal role in contributing to the misuse of political labels. Over the years, civics education has diminished significantly in American schools, leaving students ill-equipped to comprehend complex political ideologies. A multitude of reports documents this decline, emphasizing the need for a more robust civics curriculum to help young individuals better understand the political landscape. When civic education lacks depth and nuance, students may come to believe that any opposition to their views equates to extremism. Lacking a comprehensive understanding of political contexts and movements, they can easily fall prey to the allure of simplistic categorizations. In the absence of thorough education about historical fascism or the conditions surrounding the rise of Nazis, there exists a real risk of repeating past mistakes by naively applying labels to all individuals who exhibit opposition to their own beliefs. Imagine a classroom experience where the focus is limited to the most extreme examples of political ideologies without a more nuanced exploration of the spectrum of beliefs. Students walk away from such education believing that every disagreement is inherently dangerous. This is troubling, as it suggests that those without the capacity to engage critically with differing viewpoints might resort to name-calling as a defense mechanism. Without adequate education that fosters analytical thinking and empathetic engagement, society risks becoming more polarized. The emotional tenor of public discourse has seen a decline in rational discussions, further exacerbated by the rise of social media. Studies indicate that social media platforms have transformed the way individuals interact politically, often resorting to insults rather than constructive conversations. Instead of engaging in meaningful debates over policy issues or ideological differences, people frequently label others with derogatory terms, sidelining the opportunity for productive dialogue. In online discourses, the inclination to brand those with opposing opinions as radicals or even as Nazis can often circumvent the need for deeper analysis and discussion. It is, tragically, easier for some individuals to resort to name-calling than engage thoughtfully with challenging ideas. Such behavior underscores a troubling tendency in contemporary politics. When confronted with differing beliefs, many individuals prioritize emotional responses over rational discourse. When faced with a threatening notion, it appears simpler for a person to shout, "Nazi," rather than delve into the complexities of the disagreement. This reaction not only stymies thoughtful conversations but also fosters an environment where fear and misunderstanding reign. A cycle of emotional reaction breeds further division and hostility, making it imperative to advocate for a shift toward more respectful and informed political engagement. The misuse of political labels like Nazi and fascist reveals a troubling trend in contemporary political discourse that is both dangerous and counterproductive. This phenomenon is deeply intertwined with the educational shortcomings that shape individuals' understanding of political ideologies and the pervasive emotional reactions that discourage rational engagement. As society grapples with political polarization, it is crucial to prioritize comprehensive civics education that fosters critical thinking skills, encourages empathy, and nurtures informed debate. Moreover, it is imperative for individuals to seek deeper understanding before wielding powerful labels in discourse. Engaging with the complexities of differing viewpoints and resisting the temptation to label those who disagree with us as extremists is critical for fostering a more informed and respectful dialogue. It is through nuance and understanding that we can hope to bridge divides and find common ground amidst the cacophony of voices that characterize our political landscape. Only then can we transform discussions around politics from a struggle defined by division into a dialogue grounded in understanding and respect. It's a good thing I showed up. They could have just kept wandering around, not knowing. The unfortunate fact: stupid people don't know they're stupid. In a world increasingly dominated by information, knowledge, and the rapid dissemination of ideas, the phenomenon of ignorance can be both perplexing and frustrating. The unfortunate reality is that some individuals remain oblivious to their own lack of understanding or intelligence. They often reject constructive criticism and lash out when others attempt to highlight their shortcomings. This paper aims to explore the concept that those who are genuinely uninformed may not only fail to recognize their ignorance but also react defensively when confronted with it. By examining this dynamic, we can better understand the implications for personal growth and societal discourse. At its core, the issue stems from a psychological principle known as the Dunning-Kruger effect. This cognitive bias suggests that individuals with low ability at a task tend to overestimate their ability. In simpler terms, people who know less often believe they know more than they actually do. This illusion of competence can lead to a range of consequences, both for the individuals themselves and for society at large. Consider the realm of public discourse, particularly in politics and science. Individuals may hold strong opinions based on misinformation or insufficient understanding yet feel justified in voicing these opinions loudly and confidently. For instance, during discussions about climate change or vaccination, those who lack scientific literacy may vehemently oppose established facts without realizing their own limitations in understanding complex issues. When experts attempt to clarify misconceptions or present evidence-based arguments, they are often met with hostility rather than openness, a defensive mechanism born from ignorance. Moreover, this phenomenon extends beyond mere opinionation. It influences education systems and workplace environments as well. In educational settings, students who struggle with comprehension may not seek help due to an inflated sense of self-efficacy. They might perceive themselves as above-average learners despite consistently poor performance on assessments. When educators attempt to provide constructive feedback aimed at improvement, these students might react negatively instead of embracing the opportunity for growth. The workplace presents another arena where this dynamic plays out dangerously. Employees lacking essential skills may resist training programs designed to enhance their competencies because they believe they already possess adequate knowledge or abilities. Their unwillingness to acknowledge gaps in their expertise not only stunts their professional development but also affects team dynamics and overall productivity. Social media exacerbates this issue further by providing platforms where individuals can broadcast opinions without accountability or peer review. The echo chambers formed by algorithm-driven content delivery reinforce existing beliefs while discouraging critical thinking and reflection. Those who engage in confirmation bias, favoring information that aligns with pre-existing notions, are unlikely to entertain alternative perspectives or admit errors in judgment. To illustrate this point through a narrative lens, imagine a character named Tom who is convinced he is an exceptional cook despite consistently serving burnt meals at dinner parties. His friends gently suggest improvements, however, instead of taking their advice constructively, Tom feels insulted and defensive about his culinary skills. A classic example of someone unaware of their incompetence refusing help. In conclusion, the unfortunate reality that some individuals do not recognize their ignorance poses significant challenges both personally and collectively within society. The Dunning-Kruger effect exemplifies how overconfidence can obscure one's ability to learn and grow effectively, It creates barriers against constructive feedback necessary for improvement in various domains, from education to professional life and public discourse. Acknowledging one's limitations is a crucial step toward enlightenment. It fosters an environment conducive to growth through learning rather than defensiveness through prideful ignorance. As we navigate discussions around contentious issues today, let us strive for open-mindedness while encouraging others on this path as well, because recognizing our own stupidity might just be one of the smartest things we can do. Now, keep in mind, if you believe that men can get pregnant, grooming and castrating kids is good for them, and Sniffy Joe was a good president, you are an extremist. You're in a cult. How can you tell? Because all those things are lies. Yet if you will defend them as if they're fact, you are in a cult. You are an extremist. You will literally argue with people that reality isn't reality. Jim Jones has got nothing on you people.